how do they foster that environment of more sense of kind of belonging?
First of all, they have to be clear on what they want to get out of it. Like, why do you want to have a culture of belonging? So they need to have a clear dotted line to what I call their own business case. Like, how will it help your business if your team is like this? So, give yourself a bullseye. What am I headed towards? And then you've got to individualize your team, right? You know this, working with leaders, I've got to figure out what makes each person tick. When we think about things, another question I'm often asked is, how do I mitigate bias? How do I get that out of my workplace? And I don't know anybody in the world that's completely bias-free. So I don't have the list for that yet. I have a few hacks I can help with. But one of the things is you start to think about from a leader perspective, I know I'm supposed to give feedback to my team, for example. Well, oftentimes leaders will give feedback the same way they like to receive feedback. And it never even crosses their mind, I wonder if somebody on my team might actually like it differently. It's worked great for me, so my unconscious assumption is, well, it'll work great for everybody on my team. Well, it may not. Do you have the conversation? Or do you just stick that in your back pocket and then hope what I'm doing works? Right? So it's really peeling back those layers of each employee to find out what motivates them. What's their preferred communication style? How do you like to receive feedback? What motivates you? How do you like to be recognized and rewarded?
So it sounds like it starts with figuring out what's that goal that you're trying to go for.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you want this sense of belonging or inclusion? And then it's both simple and difficult because it's time consuming, but you need to go down the path of just getting to know individually each team member.
Yeah.
How do they like feedback? What works best for them? What doesn't work for them? And try and find an approach that is going to honor some of that as much as you can.
Yes. There's a woman named Susan Scott, and she gives great little nuggets of wisdom in her books. And one of the ones that I will never forget is she said, you should ask your folks in an informal setting. So, Brandon, tell me, what's the single most important thing I need to know about you to be a better leader for you? And then zip the lip and let the person answer your question. She says, now, you should be prepared for them to say, like, seriously, you really want to know? Yeah, I really want to know. I don't know. I don't know what the answer would be. She says, push back and say, well, if you did know, what would it be?